Good morning, travelers. It is day 4, and we are in Mazatlan. I had a shore excursion booked. It was booked through a private company, not through the ship. It was for Mexican hot springs. What was I thinking, going to someplace hot and saying, I'll go get in hot water? That occurred to me this morning, and I rethought my position. One of the nice things about doing this solo is that if I wake up and decide that's a bad idea, I'm not going to do that. I don't upset anybody else because the plans have changed. So I did not do that. I still had my breakfast delivered early because, of course, I ordered it last night. And then I just decided I was going to take some more sleep. So it is now a bit later, and I'm going to figure out what I want to do. I may still go into port, but I'm not going to go jump in hot water in a hot day. Okay, I'll let you know what happens. Okay, we always have these little trams to take you to the cruise port building. Air conditioning in here is wonderful. Good evening, travelers. It is the end of day 4, and we were in Mazatlan, as I mentioned earlier. And I did not go on that shore excursion, as I said, but I did get off the ship briefly. And if you haven't been to this port before, they have these little shuttles that run you, because it's a very industrial port. They run you from where the cruise ship is docked over to the cruise building, and then you can go out into the city after that, through there. Of course, you do have to run the gauntlet of the shops, and there's an indoor area that is well air conditioned that has, I think it had a gelato place and another place that was selling various kinds of drinks, including beers. They were all bottled, and there was, of course, lots of vendors selling a lot of the same things. There was a pharmacy. There was two pharmacies on the inside. I think there might have been one on the outside as well, but I don't remember for sure. On the outside of the building, there was also several restaurants. They were sort of sit-down plastic tables and chairs and some shade and that kind of restaurant. And you order just a set menu, and it's pretty reasonable, as I recall. I mean, you know. But yeah, that's an option. And then once you've gotten through the interior and the exterior shops, then if you want to, you can go across the parking lot because they have this artisans mall, they call it. That one is not air conditioned, if I recall. They have a lot of fans going, so it's not too bad though. And because it was hot, it was warm and it was humid. So August in Mexico is hot. That's just something to get out there. And I did not buy anything. Oh, they also had a place where you could get massages, but it's not private. You're just sitting there in the middle of the air-conditioned building with people walking around you as they give you a neck massage or, you know, whatever you want. So, you know, if you want a massage in a pinch, so to speak, that's one option. So yeah, I walked around, I looked at the various things for sale, and then I got back into the shuttle again, and it took me back to the ship. And after that, I went to have something to eat, and I went to try the pizza up at Slice. This is not a ship that has Alfredos, so I couldn't do that, but they do have Slice up in the pool deck. And it was a good pizza. It was a big slice. I mean, it was big. I probably finished half of it. And it was good pizza. I enjoyed it. It wasn't too greasy or anything. It was flavorful, so that was good. It was pepperoni. And then after that, I had dinner at Planks, which kind of surprised me. I sort of stumbled on it. And what it is, it's sort of they call it like a pop-up restaurant. It's kind of a section of the buffet area at the back of the ship because it's all the way aft. And I got off the elevator intending to just, find something in the buffet, and they had this menu and everything. It's a la carte. Well, it's not a la carte. There's a $15 cover charge, and it covers one selection from the starters menu, and the menu is basically a wedge salad with a bunch of stuff on it, and the other was baked potato soup, but so it's a barbecue place, so they also put burnt ends in it and stuff. But I had baked potato soup the night before, so I went for the salad, and that was good. It had like a salsa in it as well, and so it wasn't just your basic wedge salad. It was sort of a little more. They also gave us cornbread and two spreads. One was pimento cheese, the other was jalapeno butter, I believe. Not a big fan of jalapenos. Tried a little of the pimento and realized I'm really not a big fan of that still. So I just kind of winged it. It's a shame they didn't just give you regular butter as well. That would have helped. Anyway, then they bring out the meat choices. So the meat choices you have, let's see, I think I got pulled pork. There was also, you could get barbecue pulled chicken, I think. The ribs I got, and then I think there was brisket. And so you choose two of the meats that you want, and I got, as I said, I got the ribs and the pulled pork. They were both good. And then you get your choice of either a tangy barbecue sauce or sort of the sweet-based barbecue sauce. And it comes with all these extra sides, including mac and cheese, and there was a coleslaw, there was chili, there was more cornbread, there was a big bun that you could make a sandwich for your, if you wanted to basically make a slider. And yeah, I mean, the meat was good. It was a little heavy on the pepper for me, but it was tasty. There was a ton of it. There was way more food than I knew what to do with. And then the last thing you get to choose is your dessert, and the choices were bananas, like a banana pudding, and then the other was chocolate cake. It was very, very chocolatey from what I could tell, just from the description. So I went with the pudding. It was kind of a deconstructed pudding. It was like 3 slices of banana, then there was a layer of like heavy whipped cream, and then there was a layer of like crumbs, like maybe they were cookie crumbs or something, but they had a strange tang to them, so I'm not sure what they were. I didn't like that part, but I liked the rest. So yeah, that was what I had, and then of course they offer you coffee or tea or whatever at the end, and so for $15, that's not a bad deal. Now he did mention that every 3 days they switch sides, because of course I'm on one side of the buffet when you get off the elevator, and then if you go the other direction, apparently this is the last of the 3 days for plank, and if you go to the other side, I think he said it was called Steamers. So tomorrow, Steamers is going to be open for 3 days on the other side. And so I told him that I would probably be coming by, because he said it was like clams and mussels and all kinds of things. So it's all seafood, right? And so it should be interesting, and I look forward to trying it, because I don't think I've had that before here on Princess. Okay, that was pretty much my day. I believe I have to be up on the dock pretty early tomorrow. So I'm going to call it a fairly early night. And they had a couple of activities around the ship. Most of them were things I could not film. I did see the comedian, as I mentioned last night, but in the middle of the, well, not in the middle. He did like a little dance and stuff when he first was introduced. And then he's not a comedian who likes to stand on the stage and be a part of the, away from the audience. He goes and walks around the audience quite a bit. And we were in the front row, and as he walked by, he sort of leaned down and said, "You can't film me." And I said, "Okay," and I shut it off. So I suspect the other acts that are like his, where it's, because he got off the ship at Mazatlan, and we had a comedian magic show, which, I'm not sure if it's the same one as a couple days ago, but from what I've heard from the people who saw it, it was paced too slowly to keep their attention, so I wasn't terribly interested in going to see it. But they'll have other things, and I don't know that I can videotape in the production shows either, although I will probably attend it once just to see. It is rock opera, which I have seen before on a different ship, but I don't remember if I was able to film, even snippets. So, anyway, tomorrow I'm going on and what did it bill itself as? Luxury sailing. It's supposed to be, it's funny because it's like, you can lean back and they'll bring you drinks and food and stuff, or you can help sail the ship. And I'm like, I think you don't want me to sail the ship. I wouldn't know what I was doing. So I plan to do the laying out and sipping lovely drinks and enjoying myself part instead. So, and then I believe we drop anchor and they let us go snorkel or something. So it should be good. I'll let you know how it goes. Solo Sue signing off.